I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done.
Sausage biscuit, where you gonna get that from?
Watch what you say, I'm not one of when I jump in my bag, I can jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from the Superdome.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first throw, here's Winston.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Winston.
The pass caught by Olave.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39.
Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set.
At their own 26.
Fakes the handoff. Now Corral to throw it.
Sliding out of the pocket. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So they gave up the big play on the touchdown in the first drive, Charles, and now they were looking for a big play of their own. Instead, they throw the interception.
And, Brandon, they came right out and went for it, trying to push the ball downfield. But remember, the other side ran a few plays before their big one, so they got a little impatient there, and it cost them.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw there taken in by Smith. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he's got it down to the 28. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? On 2nd down, here's Corral.
And this one complete to Will Fuller.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Corral sets up play action.
Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
On 2nd and 10, here's Corral. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get passing. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
On third down, Corral. There's Trimble, the tight end. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it fourth down. And Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to try back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. And they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
From the 35 on second down, Winston complete to Olave on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The Saints at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful. We're going to expect them to do just that.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
82 yards rushing for him so far this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Winston now to throw on first down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On play action, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
(10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On second down, McCaffrey. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
first down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Off play action. Here's Corral.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
Fourth down. Here's Corral.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Saints will have the football back.
Fourth down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Winston, and that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On third down, Winston.
Olave over the middle.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Fourth down, Winston.
Got an open man. It's Olave. He's got the first down and more than that. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll try to throw now. Winston. That's out to Hill, right side complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two.
And Winston lost the football. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Winston to throw for it on 4th.
The left side complete to Troutman.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Winston. He's got it. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Winston sneaking it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Saints have retaken the lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it.
He's got him in. Complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football. But we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Play action now. Winston. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now Winston. And Jameis intercepted a third time.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
A final shot before the half for Corral.
That'll be caught by Anderson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
Pulls it in at the 13. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan?
The running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half,
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Kamara up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon Smith with a nice rush to get him down. Winston to the sideline here on fourth down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
The kick by Lutz is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Corral. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches. And they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. Let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Play action here, Corral. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore, 33 yards as they have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The pass caught by Olave. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to it.
And he's had the hot hand. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 133 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He's got it to the 43 here.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action. Winston. Gets this one to Hill. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. Give them 18 on the play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taysom Hill, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed.
Corral is intercepted again. That's number 3. And the Saints are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Following the interception, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And the question, can they turn that interception into points?
A tight, and this is going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Lutz will go down the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
161 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
There's Trimble, the tight end. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across.
Touchdown! Robbie Anderson.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake, Winston. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Yetur Gross-Matos make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
171 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. That should be your ball game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left hand coming for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands